Yo, Joe!
Hello everybody and welcome to another figure review. Today we have Grunt, and surprise surprise, it's from Amazon, and thankfully I did not get ripped off. This is why he's already outside of his packaging. Just wanted to make sure he's here and all his accessories are here. Yeah, his box container here for the accessories is here, and you know, his black and white portrait is there obviously. So all that, very nice, and thankfully not a scam. Looking at the box here, I mean, I'll try to go through it as quickly as I can, but you know what we're used to already. We have his name, we have the Joe logo, classified series, we have a nice portrait of Grunt there, and then a nice sort of diorama picture here. And some people noticed the CM there, which a lot of people, I think the majority of people online said it stands for continue mission. Now I believe some people also say it is a reference to a certain comic page or number, or you know, art, when Snake Eyes kind of had an accident with the, you know, helicopter or something, and since he can't speak or does not want to speak, Snake Eyes goes out of his way to spell out CM, which means continue mission. So there's a lot of different things going around online in terms of what the CM means. I'll stick with that reference of Snake Eyes spelling it out to let his teammates know that they can continue the mission and that he will be fine. We have the accessories there at the corner, number 87 in the line, another portrait there, and then we have a zoom in shot of his sort of chest, kind of electronic pad there, zoom in on the pouch there, his abilities here, or skills, and then, you know, another digital render, the blue portrait there, very standard stuff. Taking a look at the accessories, we do get a fair amount, and a very unique, well, not unique, but a very cool loadout, I should say, just because we get a little bit of everything with this guy. For example, we get a back piece, which is, you know, very plain and simple, with a lot of different details going on with it, and then putting on my lights on it. Yeah, you get some buckles, not painted, but there's a lot of nice detailed work with it. You get 2 pegs to store both of his rifles, which we'll take a close look at. We have a traditional M16 with a sort of scope at the top. Very cool. Mine is a bit warped going upwards, but yeah, I'll heat that up and hopefully it goes back to its position. Just because I warmed up Tunnel Rat's LMG and it goes back into position for a little while, and then it goes back to being like warped and whatever. So I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong, but I do heat it up and then run it over cold water. So hopefully it works with this one, because it's a cool gun. There's some nice detailing with it going all through. Very cool. It does come with a magazine separately, and then you do have a sort of bullet sculpted on the top, and this does port in there very nicely and securely. So that's cool. We get the M16, we get the classic laser rifle that we saw in the cartoon, and with a lot of the, you know, vintage action figures, so that's very nice. Of course, you can port blast effects on these. There at the barrel. But yeah, we finally have the mold for the laser rifle, and a lot of people are happy with it. I hope we do get more more use out of his mold with later releases. But yeah, very cool to have it, and it's in this cool two-tone black and green, so it adds a bit of, you know, color changes to it, which I really appreciate. But yeah, it's finally here. I'm happy to have it, and you know, it's gonna make a lot of people happy. We have a knife. I believe this is a new knife mold, and then we have this silver blade there, so that's very cool. And then we do have the helmeted look, which a lot of people will use to army build Grunt, which is very cool to see because Grunt was used as the kind of trooper builder, green shirt trooper. Some people are saying, how are you gonna army build it if he has his name here on his chest? You can easily just scrape that off with some sort of X-Acto knife or whatever. Just remove the name. I do want to buy at least 2 of them to have them with this helmet on there. I believe it's the same as the Steel Brigade. I don't have them here with me, so I can't compare, but it does look like the same helmet, just, in the green color. We get the silver there, and then the yellow for the visor. Looks very cool. And then we do get the helmet here, which is brand new from what I can see. There's this new kind of texturing here on the back, and then a new sculpt here at the top. It does look vaguely similar to, Roadblocks, but that's just due to the nature of the helmet and, how they look. They're going to look very similar, but it is not the same as Roblox or Rock and Rolls or any other helmet that we've gotten, which I think it's only them two. And now it's this new one. And obviously you can put it on his head, and that sits there pretty well. Going through articulation, mine unfortunately is not hinging well. The peg here is stuck in this position. There is some sort of glue residue at the bottom, so I need to heat this up and try and see if I can get it to move, because it is supposed to, rotate in there, and it's not doing that, and it's sticking out in this weird way where it makes his head, kind of sit awkwardly on there. At least from my point of view. Probably for you guys it looks fine, but yeah, it is kind of bothersome. But with it stuck like that, you can still get some minor up and down and some pivoting in there. Arms go out about that much. Some butterfly joint, not the best, but not the worst either. It's there. The upper biceps swivel there. Double jointed arms as such, and then you do get a vertical hinge on this side, so it goes up and down, and a horizontal hinge on this side, so it goes side to side. You get a nice swivel here at the bottom and a nice ab crunch because the vest is cut just above the ab crunch, so you can get some of it in there, so that's very nice. You can kick forward to the side, biceps, not bicep, but upper thigh cut there. You get the double jointed knees, which are very good. He can almost kick his own ass. Boot cut there. Boot goes back, forward, and ankle pivot. It's the same mold or base mold as Stalker and Dusty, I believe, with these sleeves. I'm trying to get, yeah, it's the same as Dusty, in terms of body that they use here. Same hands as Stalker, just painted differently. We do get this new belt piece here with the holster. We get new pouch pieces here, which offer no storage, but it just adds to the overall look. You get this other pouch here to store the M16 ammo, and then obviously we have a new vest rig here with a knife sheath here, the Joe Pro out on the shoulder, and yeah, you get different sort of magazine pouches there. You do get, almost knocked my camera, but you do get his name there with the American flag on there. Get some better lighting on that. There's his head sculpt if you want to take a closer look at it. His hair, pretty, you know, pretty normal. And then you do get his iPad here that shows some sort of heartbeat monitor, and that closes up. It is a little too loose, and as you can see, it just wants to fall out. I'm not sure how it's being held in there, but yeah, it also tends to spin here. I'm not sure. It is pegged into the vest, but I don't know. Personally, I could have done without it. It's not really necessary. And yeah, you can see how it's just in there. I don't know if you can just sort of remove it. I certainly would remove it. Well, there it goes. But yeah, then there you just have a hole in the chest. But yeah, you can remove it if you're army building it, and then you can use this for other things. You can see how it's ported in there. But yeah, now that I have that removed, I don't know, I'll probably just glue some other kind of pouch on there. But storage wise, you get storage for the knife. You get storage for the pistol, which, where did it go? I didn't even go through the pistol. We have a pistol, the sort of 1911. You can port blast effects, but there's some nice detailing on it. Very cool little pistol. I don't think we've gotten this one yet, so it's a new mold. Obviously, it will be reused later on, but yeah, you do get a holster there for it as such. And that pretty much does it for storage on him, other than the back piece holding on to the laser rifle and the M16, of course, which I'm trying to figure out which way it would go. And yeah, you can see the laser rifle also has some bit of warping going on. It's kind of curved. But yeah, you can store everything on him. And then you get the helmet just to complete that look. And there you have it. You have him fully geared, ready for action. We'll take this off and then his head off. And then put this one on. And there you can see how that looks. Some people are saying it looks a bit too big. I don't mind it. I mean, it is a helmet. It's supposed to look big on people's heads. But I think the proportions are good. The head, when I was putting it on, is also very kind of soft. Oh, jeez. So I was saying, it is very soft and pliable. As you can see, I can kind of squish it, which is fine, honestly. For a very thin peg, especially for me, since it's stuck in there, I don't want to break it, so that's kind of nice. But with that being said, I do only have one of these guys, and he is going to be my Grunt. For those who don't know, Grunt is one of the original 13 G.I. Joe members way back in the first comics and the first wave of vintage Joes that came out at the time. Grunt was one of the first ones. So it's another member of the original 13 that we have here in classified form, which, I feel like Hasbro is taking their time with the original 13, which is fine, honestly. Gives them time to work on their designs and, head sculpts and all that stuff, gear and whatnot. There have been, fan renders going around, kind of showing off what they would look like. But, to me, it's fine for Hasbro to take their time and give us, good-looking head sculpts and gear for these characters. And, they can release as many reprints as they want. I don't mind. Because with this wave, I believe we have the Crimson Viper, which I don't think I'll be purchasing, unfortunately. I just want to make space for other Cobra Troopers that we don't have yet. But with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this action figure review. He's very cool looking, has some cool gear and different parts for a lot of army building. So yeah, Hope you guys can pick this guy up. I highly recommend him. Um, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in a future video.